How would you define spoken word?
First, I would define it as something that I don't do. I don't use spoken word to describe what I do, and that's only because in America, spoken word is used to describe and define a fad or trend, a trendy genre of performing poetry. And that's not what I do. You know, I mean, I'm like a poet at the heart and core and soul of everything that I am is so much a part of who I am. And I'm not a spoken word artist. That's like, you know, I only perform my poetry in front of an audience, and that's the only place it exists. You know, it exists in here, in here. It exists on the page when I write it. It exists on the little round piece of plastic when I record it. And it exists in the atmosphere when you speak, you know, through a microphone, and it comes through the sound system, and it's all part of it. So spoken word only describes this little tiny little section of it, but for me it's so much bigger than that.
About King Brit was a big influence in your artistic, I wouldn't say development, because you already are an artist and a great musician, but how did it influence you along your career?
I don't know if I would call it an influence. I think it would but it's more of he was put along my personal path, you know, by probably some force that's not human, and set there for me to kind of redirect, you know, where I was going, and afforded me the first opportunity ever to record my poetry period, you know, with music or not with music. And he believed in me, and he always has believed in me, you know, as a friend and as an artist. And yeah, I mean, that's essentially what it is.
About your messages on your lyrics, are they just for women or for everyone?
They're for everybody. You know, anybody who can have an open enough heart and mind to kind of listen to and connect with a human experience, because even if you're not a woman, to hear about a woman's experience, that's a human experience, you know, whether you're a man or a child or what have you. These are just human stories and real life stuff that I talk about.
Love, one love, one love. There really needs to be just one love, just one.
I'll take you back to political issues. How do you see Barack Obama being a president?
I mean, you know what? It's just like, to me, it's like, at this point in 2007, to have a black presidential candidate is like, I'm like, well, first of all, it's long overdue, you know, so if it happens, it happens, and nobody's perfect, you know, so whether it's Hillary Clinton or Barack, whether it's a woman or a black man or a Jew, if it's just somebody that really gives a damn, you know, and can make some really definite, viable changes towards repairing and healing, you know, the cracks and the wounds that this present, I call it a regime as well, that was going on in our country, you know, that you can sit and watch the news and hear about the 4-year U.S. occupation of Iraq, you know, and it's like, they're not moving, they're not leaving, we're gonna stay here. So if somebody can change that, I don't really care who it is, you know what I mean? But the Republicans aren't moving our country towards any positive end, so whatever. It's like Denzel and Halle Berry winning the Oscar after however many years black people have been in Hollywood, and it's like, so what? You know what I mean? It could end up just being, he could end up being a figurehead for all I know. I don't know.
Super sister, I see you off in the distance.
talking about music once more. Mad Mama was your last album. Have you been working, writing?
Not as much as I would like to. I mean, I'm always writing in my brain. You know, I don't always take the opportunity to get the pen and the paper. But I'm hoping to start working on another album. I'm trying right now to work out all of the little kinks and business stuff, and we'll see what happens. If I get what I want, then I can make it happen. If not, then I'll have to change my route and see how else I can make it happen.
But never bargain for the lives of our daughters and sons. There really needs to be just one love, one love, one love.